Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and I know today is Fitness Friday, or it's any number of things that I could be doing because I'm a bit behind with videos. But I wanted to talk about something because this week has been a really off week for me in more than one way. I've noticed that a couple other people have said the same. So, what I wanted to talk about is how depression, anxiety, that kind of thing can affect you when you are writing, when you're a writer, when you're an artist, when you are a creative person. One of the reasons why I started the Artist Way and why I'm doing the Right to Write and why I'm going to do Finding Water is because I have anxiety and depression and ADHD. And because of that, there are times when I have anxiety attacks, panic attacks, whatever you want to call them, when I am hit full force with depression. I struggle with it sometimes. Any number of things can kind of overwhelm me, and they bring that whole notion of your failure or things like that to the surface of your consciousness, and then it just makes things worse. It amplifies. I've been through therapy. I was on medication at one time for a number of years, and then when you're doing well, you think, well, I've got it under control. It's not really that big a deal. But it is an actual chemical imbalance in the brain. Depression, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar, any number of things. If you don't understand, nothing I really say here is going to probably convince you that it is an actual chemical imbalance. And even if it wasn't and it was a personality disorder, it's still something wrong somewhere, either in your thought processes, one way or the other. But there's a lot of stigma behind it, and I get off track sometimes, or I feel off, end up depressed or anxious, overwhelmed. A lot of things don't help, and then there are a lot of things that do help. But when you end up in, I guess, a depressive state, or when the anxiety is pretty bad, it can cause problems. There are certain things that you can do to help you. No, there's no quick fix. I find that journaling helps me. I find that when I'm overwhelmed, sometimes I can make a short little list on a post-it note, immediate things maybe that I can do. I'll go take a shower, I'll go take a walk, take a long hot bubble bath. Sometimes those things help me. Maybe there are some things that might help that I do, and then there are times when things don't help much at all. If you're feeling really low, depression it's like when you build a house of cards and it looks really pretty and then all of a sudden it just goes. Well, you could start over and you can redo it, but then if you are like me on the bad days, then you think, I'm never going to get it to be that way again. It's never going to be right. I'm never going to be able to do this. And so you just stop. But I've learned that that's a very bad thing to do because it just furthers, because the next time I have depression or the next time I get overwhelmed with the self-doubt or the perfectionism, that fear, that it just sucks the life out of me, and then I limit myself with things. One of the first things I say is to take care of yourself. If you're getting sleep, you're eating pretty decently, you are getting some exercise, those are important. Those are important things. If you have problems like I do, where sometimes you don't want to leave the house, you don't want to do anything, I try to find just a few little things that I can do. Start with one little thing, and then I do that, and then I'll move to another little thing and another little thing until I've actually done quite a few things. You need to remember that you're not the illness. You have the illness. I've noticed that while going through the Artist Way and now the Right to Write, I have this overwhelming, unhealthy dose of perfectionism that leads to procrastination, and I end up stuck. I end up paralyzed. So I can't do what I want to do. I start thinking that the outcome of whatever it is I want to do is just going to suck anyway. So, or I don't do it because I want it to be perfect. And the more I go over it in my head, the less the idea seems good to begin with. Like today, instead of writing down what I wanted to say about this. I'm doing it from the fly because if I try to write it down and to make it perfect and stuff like that, then it's not going to get done. I'll end up procrastinating about it, and because nothing I say seems right, or because it's just not good enough, I'll go through 5 or 10 takes of the video and it won't work. I think it's really important to remember that things don't have to be perfect. You can do self-talk, you can journal, you can do things that help, but if anything like that is preventing you from accomplishing the things that you want to do, like I've been procrastinating about writing this blog post that went with this, talking about the procrastination from last week, the video from last Friday. I still haven't written. I didn't do my check-in for the right to write because I didn't know what to say. And the more that fear of not knowing what to say, or that thinking what I'm saying isn't good enough, that it's not perfect, the more that feeling of fear sort of fuels the fear. And then that in turn fuels the procrastination. And that in turn fuels, you see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. You get into this vicious thing. You know, well, what if it's not good enough? Well, what if people laugh? What if people don't like it? What I've been trying to do is to just kind of say, then what? So if somebody doesn't like my blog post, or somebody doesn't like my YouTube video, then what's the worst that can happen? I mean, I've already gotten some thumbs down. I've already had a couple of the, troll, think somebody making a rude comment or giving me a thumbs down, or, even just saying that they didn't like it, that they disagree, or that I'm okay with people disagreeing if you tell me why. I'm okay with the thumbs down, but you need to tell me why. But if that's not going to happen, I have to think, okay, so what if? So I can take these things, redirect my thoughts into what if this really helped somebody? What if my post inspired somebody? What if it made them feel good in a way that they're not alone, and maybe they get some more stuff done that they wouldn't have gotten done otherwise? I think it's important. I think saying out loud that it's okay. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay if everybody doesn't like it. It's if I get it done, nobody likes it. I did it. I tried to do my best, and hopefully it will help someone. Oh, okay. So Monday was a really hard day for me. I was in pain really bad. We've had a lot of rain this whole week. It's rainy and cloudy and gray outside right now. My husband's been working nights this week, so our schedules are like, I've been trying to get back into going to bed earlier and getting up earlier. I have now gotten it to going to bed at like 1 or 2, every now and again 3, and getting up between 9 and like 10:30. So I'm doing better. I was getting up around 7. I was going to bed around 11 and getting up around 7. So there's still a ways to go to get back on what I'm considering to be my normal schedule. So this week, with him being in this schedule, has got me all off, and we're not really seeing much of each other. Monday threw me because I was in a lot of pain late Sunday, so I stayed up late because I was in pain, I was hurting, couldn't get to sleep. And then Monday, I stayed up, and Monday I stayed in the bed pretty much the whole day. I think I got like 13 hours sleep, 13 and a half hours sleep. I evidently really needed it, but then because I got so much sleep, I didn't really want to go to sleep Monday night, so I didn't go to bed until later. So it's kind of been a bit of a cycle here this week, but it's improving. I took a nap last night, went to sleep for a little while, woke up because I was in pain. I got some water, I got a snack, I went back, got in the bed, checked some things on my tablet, put Grim back on, and fell asleep. Now the only bad thing is that I'm falling asleep with my glasses on, so I have this like permanent indentation with a little red mark right now. So I think I may end up putting on my contacts in a little while, so I wear them for a while, maybe over the weekend. See if I can't get rid of the indentation on my face. But I'm losing weight. I'm trying to be healthier. I'm trying to get my writing done. I'm working on things, being more organized, cleaning up in here. I have a little tiny shelf in the living room that's being bookshelf shelf thing. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was. I'm not real happy about that, but it'll hold stuff, and maybe I'll use it for my art supplies and stuff. Some of it, some paperbacks, I don't know, but it will hold something. I've been working on all of that, and yet for the last few days this week, my writing has suffered. So I haven't even written 300 words every day this week. And I was just talking about that, how you can write 300 words. Well, this has been a really off week for me. I did, however, go shopping yesterday and then swung by Starbucks and got me and my daughter and my husband coffee. I went shopping with her. She has an interview today. Hopefully it will go well. I've just been doing that kind of thing. So I've actually gotten out of the house a little bit. Like I said, Monday I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. Tuesday night, my daughter and my grandson came over for dinner, and it was so good, and we had a really great time. I made shepherd's pie, and then for dessert, my grandson had a vanilla milkshake that his Mimi made him. So I've actually had some outings this week, or some like I said, I had them come over. They had dinner with us, and then yesterday I met my daughter, and we went shopping for her for an outfit for an interview. So I'm actually making an effort, and I'm doing things to try to help with the depression and the anxiety, because like I said, this week has just been a really off week for me. It's been that way since right around Mother's Day for me. And Father's Day is not going to be much easier, but I think this kind of started the beginning of April when it was the anniversary of my father's death. I don't know, back and forth, been just kind of feeling a bit depressed, melancholy, and there are days though when it doesn't bother me, and I get a lot accomplished, and I feel really good about things, and it's not such an effort to get up out of bed and to go take a shower and to get dressed and things like that. So I don't know if any of this really is making any sense at all, but I do know that every time I do one little thing, like get up, make coffee, take a shower, I didn't do morning pages yesterday, and I haven't done them yet today, but I'm going to do them today. It's been a struggle this week. I'm a day or two days behind. I haven't done today's or yesterday's in the Right to Write. Like I said, this has been an off week for me. So I'm just, I'm going to go drink some coffee. I did do, with the class I'm in, I had to do, like, today is a full moon tonight, and it's actually called a hair moon or milk moon, and so I did a watercolor, and I did that last night, and you know what, doing that made me feel good. Putting it together and putting it on the envelope, stuff like that, made me feel good. I've also been working on my witchy bullet journal. Yes, this is a Rhodia. Oh my god, this notebook is freaking fantastic. So that's my tarot card for the year, the Empress. And I messed up on the index right away. I messed it up, so I put a little sticker. So and I'm going to put the stuff that I did in April over here. But I wrote about what April was, and here's some of, I've got to finish putting in the homework stuff that's due. What May is. I've been going through magazines and finding some stickers, and I have started doing my tarot stuff in here. And this is the week plans. But as you can see, and then that's some notes. And this was information I found out about the hair moon. And then this is today's stuff that I'm going to be going because I got my book in finally, so I could start on the homework because I had like the first couple of chapters on the Kindle that was free, the sample, but now I can start reading and do my homework. So I'm gonna go because there are a lot of things I need to do before. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done, and the weather here is really shoddy. I wanted to say shitty, but yeah. So I'm in purple. I'm sporting my Prince t-shirt because it's been almost a month, and purple, since purple is, what is the deal with the sleeve thing? Since purple is my favorite color, I thought, you know, since it's been such an off week, I will wear purple and it'll make me feel better. And there's a tiny tinge of this purple in my hair. I think it has to do with the shampoo, but that's okay because for whatever reason it darkened the white streak so it doesn't look as bright white, but still letting it grow, still letting it grow out. I really, really, really want to dye it, but I want to leave the white streak. And I don't want to pay $200 or $150 to have somebody else do that. So we got to figure out what I'm doing with this. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's just been an off week, and I felt like maybe there were other people who might be feeling like the same way at certain times. Maybe not necessarily this week, although I know one or two other people have been saying that this week has been an off week for them too. But I hope maybe this helps. I've been working on just getting up out of the bed, getting my shower, getting some stuff done, even if I don't get everything done. I do make my list of all the things I want to do. I don't berate myself if I don't get them all done. I do, however, am putting the little arrows for the migrating my tasks, and that's really helping. And I got this new one in, and I am seriously thinking about figuring out how to finish the organizational system that I have put in place. And like I said, I feel really good about how that stuff is going. It's been really just a weird week. I don't know, is Mercury retrograde right now or something? You guys have a good one. If you also suffer from depression or anxiety or any of that, and you feel like it, put a comment down below. Let me know, because you're not alone in this. You're not alone. Like I said, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you again soon. Thanks, y'all.